Another manga deep dive. This one is going to be Our Dreams at Dusk. This story has LGBTQ plus representation, and its creator is also part of the community. It is rated teen. Please note the content warnings. So the main character of the story is a high school student named Tasuku. I hope I'm saying that right. And he's in the middle of getting outed by his classmates on page 1. He feels like his world is completely over now that there is at the very least a rumor about him being gay at school, and he makes a decision to unalive himself. Right before he's about to do it, he sees a person jump out of the window of a building nearby, and he runs over to see what happened. He finds that that person is totally fine, and as they pass him, they say, "Oh, so you didn't jump after all." Intrigued by this building and by the person, he follows them up to an observation center on the side of a cliff. This person, who is called Someone-san, grabs an ice cream, heads over to the observation area, and says, "You can talk, I won't listen though." Tasuku then spills a secret and why he felt like unaliving himself. After he's finished, Someone-san says, "Well, the drop-in center is closed today, but you can come by tomorrow and somebody might actually listen to you then." Then they jump off of the observation area, and then Tasuku is left with a ice cream to eat all by himself. Now that's just chapter 1. And I don't want to give away the story, at least for this first volume, but I will talk a little bit about why I liked this. The visualizations of this are so freaking good. Not only are their faces drawn so well that you can see all of the emotions, which, I mean, obviously, but there are background choices made for simplistic things that you really add to the emotion of the scene. And there's one specifically coming up where Tasuku goes back to the drop-in center to kind of vent all his emotions out, and he's just physically worn out, mentally worn out, and this other person from the drop-in center plays music for him, and you see how he's just visualizing himself surrounded by winter, which I think was part of the song title. But it's little choices like that that make this so freaking cool. This really is a coming-to-age story, and Tasuku is really dealing with identity. And not only him, there's other members that go to the drop-in that have the same kind of identity issues. You don't know all of their backstories yet. And it really raises questions like, do I live authentically or do I hide pieces of myself? Would it be easier if I just hide these things to live? And you see here the visualization again. Tasuku has a crush on a guy in his school and here's him just breaking apart basically. But this is really such a great story. I loved it. I was in it from chapter 1. Which I know comes off kind of strange, but I promise it's a really good story. It's beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. I absolutely loved it. I highly recommend it. I need to get the rest of it. It leaves you on a freaking cliffhanger, but absolutely yes.